Hello, welcome everyone. Today in this session, we'll be looking into the notebooks which we are having in the Databricks. So, as you seen in the last session, I introduced you notebooks inside the workspace instance. Uh, in there, I said you there will be users and different users, and repos will be available. Yeah, that we will be seeing in detail. Uh, yeah. Firstly, notebooks are common tool in data science and machine learning, and as well as it is very common in the data engineer aspect as well. Okay. Uh, in Databricks notebooks, we can build the cleaning and transformation of data, especially in the notebooks. And Databricks notebooks also provide a real-time in multiple languages, automatic versioning, and built-in data visualization as well. So, here are the few lists which we already discussed. That is, we can develop the code using Python's SQL, Scala, and R. R depends upon what type of cluster you are using. That depends on that. But basically, for the interactive notebooks, you can use in the Python, Scala, and SQL. So, customizing your environment with the libraries of your choice and creating scheduled jobs automatically run those tasks. So, these things can be performed through workflows. As I said you before, this is available only in the uh, standard tier or premier tier, not in the community edition. You can browse through the tables and volumes, export results and notebooks. This exporting also we'll be seeing today, and building and sharing the dashboard, use Git-based repos. As I said, discussed before, repos can be integrated here. Open and run Delta Live tables pipeline. Delta Live tables are the one which will be used for streaming data. Uh, like we will be having real-time stream data uh, chat API and video streaming. So likewise, you will be having certain data to be processed, right, when they're on the live. So at that time, Delta Live tables can be used. And we have few other capabilities, and some are in experimental, use advanced editing capabilities, which you can explore it coming from docs of Databricks under the notebook. So let's get into the platform. Uh, so as I said, you will be needing an email. In turn, it will generate the verification code. So we should be entering the verification code. So once it is entered, it will be auto verified. As I said, today we will be discussing about the notebook. So first, let's get into the workspace instance. And here under the user, let's create one folder. And as you can see here, the even ML flow experiment is embedded here. Anyways, we will be looking into the notebook today. So notebook intro. once a folder is created, we'll be creating the notebook. So hereby we can maintain the structure of on what purpose the notebooks are. We can group the notebooks through folders. So as I said in my previous session as well, uh, here there will be like uh, one more structure here called repo. So there will be integrating the repo code. So okay, now I think folder is created. Let's create the notebook. New, click on create and click on notebook. It will take some time. It's fine. So by default, it will create the notebook in the untitled notebook and it will give the timestamp with the date. So you can come and edit it here, like let's say DEF definition of notebook, something like that I am giving. So you can edit it like this. And one more thing is like before, as I said, like before running any notebook, you have to create a compute cluster. Let's create a compute cluster by clicking on compute. Since in the last session we created this, it was idle for certain hours, so it got terminated. The cluster is terminated now. So let's create one more. You cannot resume the cluster which was terminated. So let's create one more like example cluster and rest we can leave it default. Create compute. So in turn, even this will take some time. So meanwhile, let's get into the notebook. Notebook intro, definition of notebook. Okay, let's try to write some code in the meanwhile. Let's create a data frame, like data equals, just giving some random name. Uh, just give the schema for that. Let's give it as position. Now let's create the data frame. See whether cluster is up or not by executing this code. It will automatically attach uh, once the cluster is available. When you try to run any snippet, okay, as you can see, the data frame has been created to showing the ID and position and the data type of that particular column. So let's see what is there inside the data frame. We have to show. See, as you can see, the data frame has been successfully created with the values whatever we are given. And this is about one of the language, right? I showed you how the Python can be written. So by default, it is taking in Python. So this can be even changed to any other language which supports here. Like for example, Scala or SQL. So that we'll see it. So before that, there is one more option, as you can see, Markdown. So Markdown is the something like you can write the comments. Like let's say you want some heading H4, SQL snippet will write it, or will write it as Markdown as well. Markdown only. Markdown in notebook. This can be written like this. Uh, so and if you try to run it, see that comment or heading will be displayed based on that what tags you will use it. So and here one more option is there, show preview. You can see the preview as well. You can mark it bold, italic, and the code snippet you can use. You can embed the link, image, H1, H2, H3 is directly available, and bullet list you can create, code you can create. So likewise, there are many things, many capabilities. So yeah. Mm, get back to the one more thing, we're having SQL. So now how to use SQL? Same thing. Like we can use the magic command, percentage SQL. This we will call it as magic command. So let's say since we don't have any tables, we can print hello world here. Select hello world. This will take time a bit. So as you can see, the hello world is created in SQL. Likewise, similarly, you can implement even other languages in this notebook as well. So I'll be showing that just a second. So let's say you are using our language. We can also no need to write it down the magic command only. So you can make use of this selection. So in turn it will write the magic command by itself. So let's write something in R. So print hello world in double quotes. You can see this code is run based on the R uh, compiler. Oh, in this you can see you can you'll think like this might be in Python as well. So instead of this, we can use one more method called cat function. So that is specific to R. So as you can see, it has run successfully with the R as well. Coming with respect to Scala, Scala we have to create an object hello world. So majorly you'll be using only Python and SQL for data engineering tasks. So something with respect to machine learning and all, you might be using R language as well. So compared to other languages we saw above, this thing is bit difficult to implement even for just to print a string as well, like hello world. Just print hello from Scala. So let's see. Yeah, as you can see, uh, the hello world object has been created. Yeah, this is what it is. Like you can implement in different languages in one single notebook. And coming to the other features, like as I said, we can rename it and we can copy the URL or path of this no particular notebook, and we can export it into the other types. If you are importing into the other Databricks workspace instance, I would recommend to use Databricks this archive, DBC archive, and you can export source file as well, HTML form as well. HTML form in the sense you would be okay. I will be showcasing you that. If you export in the HTML form, so it will showcase whatever you are seeing it here, like including the output. So it will be the exact replica of it. Once it is loaded, we can see, and you can open in new tab as well. You can clone this into other instance or other user can be used, and you can move this to trash, or you can move out of this folder to some other folder. These capabilities are there. So let's open it is already done. Yeah. So here you can see that as I said, including the output, it will be available. So entire snapshot you will be able to see it here. This is how it will be visible if you export it through HTML. So that's about the notebook. Rest of the things like would be seeing in the next session. As you can see, here we have Python libraries visibility, but maybe in the community edition, we don't have the permission to go through it. Uh, I will see, is there any possibility to see what libraries we have inside the by default the notebook. And if you are not aware about the Spark data frame and all, I can definitely help you with by creating another playlist. So I think for today's session, that's it. Uh, this was about the notebooks of the Databricks. Uh, in further sessions, we will be seeing other topics as well about the inside Databricks, what and all we have that we will be exploring it. So thank you so much.